Hello everyone. So in today's tactics video, we're going to be talking about why it's so important to have two elements at almost any given time. So the first thing I want to talk about is how you can always split into two elements. There's almost no excuse. Whether it be buddy teams, you have two people in a buddy team, both you can split. You have fire teams, fire team Alpha and Bravo, they can split. Squads, you can split entire squads, 1 and 2, right? So we're just going to start really granular with a single squad. Single squad has two fire teams. Let's say we have fire team Alpha, fire team Bravo, right? Now let's say fire team Alpha and fire team Bravo don't split up at all, and they walk as one. They walk as one huge, just mobbed up squad, right? They're just all in squad 1 right now, and they all just proceed in one direction. Let's say this squad now hits contact because of insurgent forces in a certain position. Let's say there's a ridge line, right? And insurgent They just hit a block. Squad 1 hits a block, and now their fire team is clumped together, and they get engaged on by the insurgent forces on the other side. The issue here is that the entire squad is so close together that one insurgent squad or element can pin the entire squad down. And this does happen, and sometimes it's inevitable, right? Sometimes, whether it be the insurgent forces large enough to where they can hit both your fire teams, or you just incorrectly place your fire teams too close together, and your entire squad gets pinned down, this is not the scenario you want to have happen. The alternate thing you want to have happen is splitting your fire teams up, whether it be front and back or left and right. You want to split up your squad somehow, or whatever element you're working with to some degree. The reason being is when that insurgent opens up on you, right? Let's say we're opened up and we're in this kind of formation, right? Where we've got Alpha in the front, Bravo in the back. What can happen here is, sure, Alpha's going to take fire. Insurgents are going to open up on Alpha. But now at least Bravo is free to either get into a support by fire position and suppress and engage back. Or maybe they want to go around and flank from the side. You have one hand free. It's like tying both hands behind your back, right? If you have Alpha and Bravo both suppressed, both your hands are tied behind your back. If you have them spread out far enough, you have Alpha gets engaged and you lose that left hand. But now you have Bravo on the right, right? Same kind of concept. You want to have both your hands able to do something if the other gets engaged, right? So throughout every level of combat, whether it be your fire team, buddy team, or squad, you always want to keep that kind of principle in mind. It's like, if they get engaged, can we do anything about it? Or are we in a position where if they get engaged, we're all fucked and we're all pinned? So just, a very basic concept, because I've seen this happen a lot where sometimes squads stick too close together and they can't maneuver. We're going to go over the other scenario right here where if we split up left and right, it's same kind of deal, right? If you're spread far enough and the insurgents see an element and they start engaging, so long as you're spread far enough apart, and this is going to vary, right? I say far enough apart because there's no direct, I'm not going to tell you 50 meters, 30 meters, 100 meters, whatever, because it's going to be environment dependent, right? Spread apart in an urban scenario could be as much as, a single wall spreading your team, splitting your team up. Or, in the case of Kohat, spread out could be, 400 meters, 300 meters, 200 meters, depending on the element that you're working with, the size of the element that you're working with, and the terrain at your disposal. So, far enough apart is very subjective, and it's going to take a lot of experience as a squad leader to know what far apart means. But just realizing that you don't want to have both your hands tied together if you get engaged. So just whenever you maneuver, whatever level of leadership you're at and whatever decisions you can make to kind of prevent that from happening, take that into consideration, because I've seen it happen way too much where squads will walk hand in hand, or fire teams will walk hand in hand, and they get caught by one insurgent or opposing force, and now their entire element is now pinned down. It's bad if it's a squad, right? It's bad if these two fire teams, if this is just two fire teams, but let's say two squads are walking hand in hand, right? Like this is squad 1 and this is squad 2. That's just no good, right? Because now you got two squads getting pinned down by a smaller force, and that's just no good for anyone. So just keeping that in mind, that's why we want you guys to spread out in squad ops, and that's why you need to always be conscious of your distance between yourself and others and even other elements, just so that you can kind of see how you can help other teams if they engaged, and how, if you get engaged, how they can help you. So very basic concept. I know this is common sense for a lot of you guys, but just, talking about this concept real fast and explaining why being able to spread out and use two elements whenever possible instead of grouping everyone to one is so important. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what else you want to see, and I'll see you in the next video.